5-7, solving systems of inequalities. So today is basically two things that you already know how to do. Okay, it's a review of two different things put together into one. Okay, so a system, what's system mean? Two, right? Two equations. Okay, inequalities. What does inequalities mean?
Unequal equation.
You're right, an unequal equation. So what? So it's unequal, so does it have an equal sign? No. What signs does it have?
Less than.
Okay, so right here, I want you to draw an arrow to system and put 2 above it. And then I want you to draw an arrow to inequalities, and I want you to draw all 4 of your inequalities. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So we're going to have 2 inequalities. So instead of having 2 equations, now we have 2 inequalities. Okay, so it says a system of inequalities is 2 or more inequalities grouped together. The solution. Okay, so look up here. Let's talk about something. So the very first day of notes for this unit, I can find it. We talked about how we had 3 different types of solutions. We had a solution that looked like this, right? Where they what?
They cross.
Where they cross. So this is one solution. One way to write your solution in ordered pair. You could have no solution if they're parallel lines. You could have IMS, infinitely many solutions if they're the exact same line. Okay? So when we had equations, all right? When we had equations, these were the types of solutions that you could have, just lines. Today we have inequalities. And when you graph an inequality, what do you have to do? Remember? You graph it, and what else do you have to do? You had a shade, okay? So today our solution is where the shading crosses. So the solution to a system of inequalities is where the shading crosses. So when you have inequalities, it's not just where the lines cross, okay, like we've been doing with equations. So it's not just like this, that one dot. It's where the shading crosses. Okay, and we're going to do some examples like that. All right. It says use one color for one inequality and another color for the other. If you want to do 2 separate colors, that's fine, okay, but you don't have to. It says, remember, when graphing linear inequalities, how do I know when I'm going to draw a solid line on the graph? When it's got the line under the symbol. So these symbols, just like this, is when you know to draw a solid line. When do I draw a dash line? When there's no line under the symbol. How do I know? Stop, or you're going to be moved. How do I know when to shade above? Greater than or equal to. How do I know when to shade below? Less than or equal to. Okay, y'all ready? Yeah. All right. Simple one. Solve each system of equalities by graphing. So I've got 2 inequalities here. We're going to graph one, do all the shading and everything before we move on to the next one. Okay? So this one is the only one that I'm looking at right now. All right, I want to graph this. So this is really y equals mx plus b. And in order to graph, I have to know my m and b. So what's the m? -1. But because I'm graphing, how does this have to be written?
1 over 1.
-1 over 1. It's got to be a fraction. What's my b? 2. What does b stand for? B stands for y-intercept. What does m stand for? Slope. Okay, which one do I start with?
Y-intercept.
The y-intercept, the b, which is what number? 2. Okay, b is y-intercept. So I'm going to go to my y-axis and put a dot on +2. Okay, slope. Is it positive or negative? Negative. So am I going to go up or down?
Down.
Down how many? So top number, 1. And then which way do I go? Right, 1. Okay, so I'm going to go down 1, right 1, and put my dot. And then I keep going. Down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So I can't go any further. Then what? Go the opposite. Okay, what type of line am I going to have?
Solid.
Is there a solid line under the symbol?
Yes.
Yes. So then I'm going to have a solid line on my graph. Then I got a shade. Well, how do you say this symbol? Y is greater than. Good. Greater than or equal to. So am I going to shade above or below if it's greater than? Above. Okay, so lightly shade above. Okay, before you start the next one, I want to change something. Everybody looking? Look up here. Okay, this 2 should have a negative in front of it. So pretend like when you got your notes that there was already a negative in front of it. Everybody see what I did? I put a negative in front of that 2. Okay, now, if you want to do a different color, okay, for the next one, that might be a good idea if you're somebody that sees things better with with colors. So I'll give you a second to get a different color out. Maybe a red pen, maybe if you're writing in pencil, then use pen, highlighter, something. Okay, so from here on, for this problem, use your second color. All
I
right?
don't have a second.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
Here. Use this one. Y'all can share. I only have one. Right here, I have a black pen. If you're writing in pencil. Okay. All right, here we go. So use your second color. Can I find the M and the B from this inequality?
No.
No. What do I have to do first? I've got to solve for Y. Okay, so what do I move? No. But the negative 2x. How do I move a negative 2x? Plus 2x on both sides. So I'm left with 4y less than, can I say 4 plus 2 is 6? Good, no, because they're not like terms. So they're not like terms, I have to write them side by side, and I always write the x first. Now what?
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4, good. Do everything. Okay? So those cancel, I'm left with y is less than. What's 2 divided by 4? 1/2. 2 out of 4 is 1/2. X. 4 divided by 4. Positive 1. Good. Okay, now can I tell my M and my B? Yeah. Okay, so what's my M and what's my B? 1. Good. 1 over 2 is M and 1 is B. Which one do I start with? B, which is positive 1. And B stands for y-intercept. So go put a dot on positive 1. Is my slope positive or negative? Positive. So am I going to go up or down? Up how many?
1.
And then the right 2. So up 1, right 2. Put your dot. Do it again. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Then go the opposite. Okay, what type of line? Dashed. How do you know dashed? Good. There's not a solid line under the symbol, so we're going to make a dashed line. Everybody do your dashed line. Make it obvious. Okay, shade above or below? How do you say the symbol? Less than. Y is less than, so we're going to shade below. So everybody shade below the line. Got it. Questions? Okay, almost. Now, Does everybody see where both shading crosses? Right here, right? Does everybody see that? I want you to darken it. Don't make it like jet black or gray, I guess, if you're using a pencil. If you're using pen, don't make it so dark, but just darken it a little bit. You still need to be able to see the graph. And that right here, this area that's in the double shaded region, that's what I call it, double shaded region, that is your solution area. Okay, so because we're talking inequalities, our solution is not where they cross now. Now it's where the shading crosses. Not where the lines cross, but where the shading crosses. Okay, so it says, circle the solutions at the bottom. 0, 0. Here's 0, 0. Is 0, 0 a solution?
No.
Is it in the double shaded region? Nope. So not a solution. 4, negative 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1. Is this a solution?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the shaded region. Double shaded region. So that works. 5, negative 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's on a solid line. And the solid line is touching the shaded region. Is that a solution?
Yes.
Yes. If it's on a solid line. What if it was on a dashed line? No, dashed lines don't count. Solid lines are good. What if it was up here on the solid line? No, it's not touching the double shaded region, so that would not be a solution. Okay? 6, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down here.
No.
Is that a solution down here? No. It's outside. Questions? How we feeling?
Tired.
Okay. Is any of this new?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, so it's just putting two different types of problems together. Okay, B. What do you notice about B? There's no Y on the first one, right? Good. So it's a Bucks problem.
Who said that?
Okay, if that's Bucks, what's the next one?
Boy.
How do you know?
Then we have no X.
Okay, so the first one is X in a number. The second one is Y in a number. Okay, it's only got one variable. Okay, hoy is like what?
Boy.
Horizontal, like the horizon. So I want you to draw a picture. Draw a picture of the horizon on a horizontal line. Draw your sunset, the horizon, on your horizontal line. Okay, so if that's like the horizon, what's vertical?
Straight
Up and down. Okay, draw your picture. Horizontal, like the horizon, Bucks goes up and down. Put your phone away. Laura, is your phone? Okay, Bucks. X in a number. So where do I go for the first one? How do I graph it? X in a number. I go to -1 where?
On the X.
Well, what are we talking about? X, right? So where do I go to -1? On the X. And it's going to be straight up and down line, but is it going to be solid or dashed?
Solid.
Solid. Solid line under the symbol, solid line on the graph. Up and down. Okay, now I got to figure out how to shade. All right, X is what? How do you say that symbol? Greater than or equal to. So I want to go to the side with the greater than X's. Well, are they getting bigger to the right or to the left? To the left, they're becoming negative.
To the right.
To the right, they're becoming positive. So we want to shade to the right because it's greater than. We want the numbers that are becoming positive. Okay, Y in a number. Where do I go to graph?
On the Y.
Now we're talking about Y, so I'm going to go to the Y-axis and put a dot where? 3. 1, 2, 3. Horizontal, like the horizon. Okay, so my line's got to go side to side. Is it going to be solid or dashed?
Solid. Dash.
There's not a line under the symbol, so it's going to be dashed. How do you say the symbol? Less than. So am I going to shade above or below? Below. Okay, then I want you to darken the double shaded region. Right here is where they both cross. I want you to darken it. So that you can tell where it is. Everybody got it? Okay, then we got to determine if these are solutions or not. So we're going to start with 3, 0. So positive 1, 2, 3, right here. Is this dot a solution?
Yes.
Yes, so that works. Esperanza, figure it out, girl. Okay, negative 6, 1.
No.
Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 1.
Nope.
Is that a solution? Nope. Negative 1, negative 4. Is this a solution?
Yes.
Is it on a solid line? Is that solid line touching the shaded region? The double shaded? Yes. 0, 0. Yes. Any questions? Yeah? No. Oh, I thought you said yes. Okay, example 2. Tell whether 2, 1 is a solution to the system. How do I know if it's a solution? Where does it have to be? The double shaded. Okay? So how do I do this if I don't have a graph to graph on? Calculator. Okay, now look up here real quick before you start. Can I do this here? Can I go to this and do it?
Yes.
No.
What do you get when you do this?
A C1.
You get 1 point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 point is when you have an equal sign and you know the exact solution when you're not shading. Well, when you shade, your solution is not just 1 point. It's all the points in the shaded region, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't just get one answer when I have multiple answers here. Okay? So, when you do this one, you can only use equal signs. Are we doing equal signs right now? No. So where do I go to know if 2, 1 is a solution? To the graph. So everybody go to the graph. Everybody do it with me so I know that you can do it. You're going to show me your calculator in just seconds to prove that you know how to do it. So make sure you're doing it. Everybody's going to hold theirs up. Okay. Do I want, you can't get the light right. Do I want the equal sign?
No.
Right here. Do I want this?
No.
No. So what do I do?
Oh, no.
Delete. Delete. Now go where?
Relation.
Y relation.
Because it has X and Y.
Because we're not solved for Y. Okay, plug it in exactly how negative 3 plus 2. Control equal. Tell me this. Match it. Okay. Okay, then select and negative 4. Okay, show me that you got this. Show me your calculators. Show me. Cassidy. Show me yours. Okay, so I'm waiting on Noah. Laura, show me yours. I told you guys you were going to show me it.
Yeah.
Did you get it, Esperanza? Thank you. Cassidy, can I see yours? Okay. Sai, help her. Evan, help Laura. Noah, did you get it? Thank you.
That's wrong. Oh. Stop. Wait, who my calculator? Give my pencil. Now go pick it up. Take my pencil.
Let her do it, Sai. You can help, but she's got to do it.
I still got this.
Okay, you get it? Show me. Hers is backwards. Wait, she's got to do it. Okay, show me. Good. Okay, fix it. Did you fix it?
Hey, give me my pencil, man.
Hit tab. Okay, so you got to fix it. Hit tab. Tab and go up. Fix it to a negative. Okay, now, so you got the first one. Now hit tab. Is everybody with me? Hit tab. Cass, you with me? Okay, now we're going to plug the second one in. So x plus y, control equal 2. Match your symbol first, then 2. Okay, hit enter and show me. Good, 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 good.
Oh!
You get it, Esperanza? Yeah. Show me. Good, good. Sebastian, show me. Okay, hit tab. Hit tab. Plug the second one in. Good. I see. Can I see it? Good. Noah. Laura. Perfect. Okay, Sebastian, can I see it? Here's plugging this one in right here. We're on the bottom. You plug the first one in, now you hit tab and you plug the second one in. Okay, so do that. We're waiting on you. Perfect. Okay, now, I want to know, is 2, 1 a solution? Okay, so I want to turn on the grid. Everybody's going to turn the grid on with me. I'm going to go slow so everybody's with me. Hit menu. Make sure you're with me. Menu. Then we go to view. Everybody on view.
Grid.
Then we go to grid. Number 6.
Line grid.
Then we're going to go to lines. Line grid.
I have.
Okay.
1.6.
Or can you put your phone away, please? Okay, did you get it, Sebastian? Let me see. Menu.
I have gotten it.
Good. Okay, show me your grid. Good, 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 good. No, show me your grid.
No, it is not.
Incorrect.
Good. View.
You're incorrect.
View.
You're get inside. Okay, now, listen, focus. I want to know, is 2, 1 a solution to the system? Okay, so if I go here, all right, we're looking, is 2, 1. So I go positive 2, up 1. Is that in the double shaded region? What part's the double shaded region?
The darkest part.
The darkest part, the purple. What's blue and red make if you combine them? Purple. Okay, so purple is the combined part. So 2, 1 right here is not in the combined part. So it is not a solution. So on this, our answer is no. No. Okay. Questions? Good.